well. Now that I've taken care a lot of business in the last 3 days, uh, my mind at the moment is slightly at rest. Not completely, but enough to where I can come online and um, fellowship and hopefully be a blessing to someone. Uh, I am doing what am I doing? I am doing or making a couple of things, and the next few days I will be returning back on the road for 3 weeks. Hopefully, either today or tomorrow, depends on the time frame of when the maintenance department is able to take care of some things. So I'm grateful for that. Hello, Riri. How are you? So, how are you doing, Riri? Are you doing good today? Nice to grace your presence. Uh, oh, I'm doing better, much, much better. I had a lot of things going on in these last 3 days. That's why I've been online. I was right at the edge of taking a week off, 7 solid days offline, and the Holy Spirit was like, "You can't do that. You can't take off 7 days." I was like, "Oh, I need 7 days." He's like, "No, you have to go back online. There's things that you need to be doing, not just the cooking, but the ministry. You can't take 7 days off." I was like, oh, "Okay." But yeah, I had some business that I had to take care of Monday, Tuesday, and today, and still running around before I go back over the road for 3 weeks. It just feels so good, Riri, to be out of the truck. You just don't understand. Like, to be able to just walk around like a regular person and be in your SUV and go into shopping centers and, you know, get out and get some fresh air. It's just a good feeling. So, you're at work, at home, or what? What's your location? Yeah, yes. Seems, yeah, it's peaceful. It is very, very peaceful, and it's even more peaceful when you have peaceful spirits that come online. Yeah, it's a peaceful spirit. So yeah, um, I don't answer the what's up. You want to come back with a respectful word. I'm gonna give you one more chance to redeem yourself. Getting ready for mentor holiday lunch, then work, then afternoon easy day. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So yeah. Taking off from live. You see how quick we haven't even been online. 5 minutes, Riri, and you see how quick these busy spirits are. They're very busy, and it's sad. It's sad. You don't want to redeem yourself, I see. So yeah, it's sad. It's sad, Riri. It's really sad. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah. So um, I am. I have a couple of things I was going to be making. Hello. I don't use worldly terminologies. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I never knew the terminology of that meaning because the days are not accurate. But Shabbat Shalom to you. And I hope that you're having a great day. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? The great, how are you? Yeah, so Riri, I don't think you came on last night. I wasn't on that long. I made the great, how are you doing today? Uh, oh, it's okay. So, yeah, nice to see you all. Last night I came online and I made I'm doing good. I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing much better. I had a lot of business to take care of. It was kind of stressful and overwhelming, but um, I'm I'm balancing out what I need to do now, which is grocery shop. So the business part is over. Good results, good news. So I'm great. I went to the dentist and I thought I had a cavity, and he told me my teeth were great. So that's good news. When you go to the dentist and they can't find anything that needs to be done to your teeth, it's going to the dentist to me is like going into a man's um garage with all those tools. So I was glad that nothing needed to be drilled on. And how did that go? Yes, very stressful. I laid off the sweets because I bit down on whatever I made. I think it was the pecan pie that I made in the truck, and I felt like I had a cavity. And I was like, I got to go to the dentist because I love my teeth. And I was like, dang. And he digged and he looked and he knocked and he chipped and he did everything he could to my mouth. He's like, nothing's wrong. You're doing good. And I was so peaceful. And it was at 7 a.m. I did detour and go get me a latte, a cream brulee latte, because I was like, ugh. And then after I got the cream brulee latte and he told me my teeth was doing good, y'all, I had the audacity to go back to the latte place and look what I got. Guess what this is? Look at this, y'all. It's wrapped so lovely. I was like, I can use my choppers again. I was so happy. What you think this is? I guarantee you're going to think this is the same thing I thought it was. What you think this is, y'all? What that look like? I guarantee you will never guess what this is. I thought it was something else, and I got tricked, but I still got it. What do you think that is? What that look like, y'all? What kind, I mean? I thought it was my brain was on what is he doing? Oh, my brain was on a carrot pecan muffin. Just to show you how I am. I'm like, that's a carrot cake muffin. Look at there. I'm about to go get, but it's a banana muffin with banana topping. But we're going to see. I'll let y'all know how it tastes. So I'm just can't wait to bite my teeth in it. Yeah, it's banana. And I'm like, I'm going to take a chance and see how it tastes. And the sun is coming out. The sun is coming out. I got to put these glasses on. The sun is right in my face. It wasn't no sun out at first. But, you know what? Unfortunately, I just tasted it. And I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of cream cheese icing. The only time that I like cream cheese icing is on a carrot cake. On anything else, I'm not a fan of cream cheese on a cake. I just never have. I'm going to show you what it look like in the inside. But if you didn't know this, it has the same look as a carrot cake. The same look. That's exactly how a carrot cake look. But I'm not a fan of Ooh. Thank you, Father. I'm not a fan of cream cheese. Let me see what it tastes like. It's okay. Would I buy it again? No. No, I would not. I got deceived. Because in my mind, I wanted carrot cake. So that cream cheese icing has like a tart taste. I'm not impressed. I'm not. I'm gonna have to go back to my truck and put some carrots on the top of this. Shave off some carrots, grate some carrots, y'all, like cheese, and put it on top. Maybe that'll help it out. Because I'm not, It was pretty. I got it because it looked tempting. Yeah, this is not it. No. No. That is not it, y'all. I knew better. I should have got something else. And then what's so terrible, I had got a cream brulee latte, in the whole daggone cream brulee latte was bitter until I got to the bottom, and all the sweet stuff fell to the bottom, and that was the only time I got sweetness. Be spending all this money on this crap. And then she made me another different kind, said it was chocolate peppermint, and said they made the chocolate, and this tastes bitter, so I won't buy no more lattes. That's why I be making all my own stuff. This is why I go and start using my brain to think about other stuff, because it's got to be right. This does not taste like chocolate peppermint. I taste no peppermint in this whatsoever. So she gave me a free one. That one was free, but I know you got me one time, the second time, and you gave me that one, but I won't go back for any kind of latte from there. Because sometimes their coffee is just not good. Hello, Why Angel, how are you? How do you feel? Yes, that drink was 6-ish, but it got to be the right espresso. If it had that bitter taste to it, it's horrible. It's just horrible, you all. Yes, grateful to be alive. Yes, it's grateful to be alive. I was just reading this article. I was just reading this article. I don't know when exactly this happened, but a young lady went on a Carnival cruise with her family, her mother, her father, and her stepbrother. I don't know if you all heard of this. And they found her dead under her bed at the Carnival cruise. In her, what do you call it? The word not coming out. When you on a cruise, you be in a room. Yeah, and guess what? They was looking all crazy. They was telling the expressions of the father, the expressions that the mother had, and the expressions that the young stepbrother had, looking over his shoulder. They was like, these people were acting strange. Come to find out, the stepbrother, she passed away of, I'm not going to say this word right. I hate to use these words. Let me see. I'm going to tell you the word. I'm going to tell you the word. She had, in 2025, this just happened. 18-year-old Anna Kepner died by asphyxiation. Is that how you say it? Asphyxiation? I'm not good with words. Yeah, I was like, oh no, he killed her. I don't know why he killed her. Is that word? Asphyxiation. He strangled her to death. Oh my goodness. You know what I think about when I hear things happening to people? Women and men, but mainly young ladies and women, is you know how many situations we've been in where we could have gotten ourselves into a similar situation? Literally looking back over your life, there was some cuckoo, crazy person that we got away from. Think about it. Literally, if you go back over your life, there's some crazies that you got away from by the grace of Yah, by the grace of God. D. Jenkins, how did you know? Yeah. I'm telling you, it's a couple of times that I smelt the sin of death that was trying to get me. I had a guy try to kill me, a couple of guys. I'm gonna write a book on it. I'm definitely DJing because it was the dad or brother, not that it matters, but 18 years old, life sniffed away from, but I tell you. But yeah, so I had bought these tiny, yesterday, I don't know, trying to get something positive going, because we could stay on that forever, but let's lift up the spirit on here. Pray that her soul is at rest. Life's short-lived. Yesterday, I purchased these little tiny small pans from Walmart, and I have 4 bags. And when I arrived at my truck, that bag was not there. So as I was making dinner, I have a dinner I made. I did something I haven't did in years. I did a what do you call that? An eggplant sandwich last night. You'll see it if you go back and look at my live last night. I seasoned some eggplant, put some olive oil in the pan, and let it season it with salt, pepper, paprika, oregano, fresh thyme, with olive oil and butter, and I cooked it on both sides till it got tender and warm. Now you can bread the eggplant with egg and panko, but I didn't want that. So I purchased some cheese, just your favorite cheese. Thank you. And then you put whatever vegetables you like. I forgot to get a few vegetables I wanted to add, but normally I do the little tiny red tomatoes. I like the tomatoes that are yellow and red and kind of dark brown, but they be expensive. They be, especially going to Whole Foods. I'm at Whole Foods now. But the little small tomatoes, and then I sauteed the tomatoes, the white onions, caramelized the white onions, did mushrooms, garlic. I normally do all the peppers, the red peppers, the yellow peppers, the green peppers. And then I did what is the stuff that, the bushy stuff, y'all, that look like trees. Thank you. What's the bushy stuff, y'all? What did I have, Riri? The stuff that look like trees. It's, gosh, not Brussels sprouts, but the other ones. Yeah, the sprouts. I forgot, they got different brand names. So I did sprouts. And then I put some, those English cucumbers on top. And I put some avocado on top. And yeah, alpha sprouts. Yeah, alpha sprouts, whatever you call it. Yeah. And then I toasted my bread. I was really, really disappointed in Whole Foods over here. I was staring at the bread, you all, for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, y'all. I was staring at the bread because they didn't have any pumpernickel bread. That sandwich goes on pumpernickel bread. Eggplant sandwich goes on pumpernickel bread. Let me tell you. And you just toast it in the same pan with all that good seasoning on there. That bread on both sides. Make sure you put butter on both sides. Hello. Hey, anyone sneak small price? Yeah. So, yeah, that bread. So I ended up getting a 7-grain bread, and you want the long bread, the bread that's that way, not the square bread, but the bread that's like shaped like oval, because the even the smallest eggplant is still got that oval shape. You know, it has that oval shape to it. But yeah, so I did that. And then I also you want to do some sweet potato fries. I baked some sweet potato fries. I seasoned them with salt, and I put olive oil on it, and I put it in the egg fryer, the air fryer. And after they were almost done, I put a little cinnamon on top. So I didn't need to use any ranch dressing, because normally I dip my sweet potato fries in ranch dressing, but I was trying to stay away from the dairy. So I did that as well. However, I'm going into Whole Foods because when I'm in my semi truck, I can't get to Whole Foods. So I'm real excited. I'm going in there because I want to, well, I'm doing some bad things and I'm doing some healthy things. I'm going to be making a pineapple cake. I had a sandwich similar to the one you made, but without the sprouts and eggplants. I had kiwi on mine and put red wine dressing on the sandwich. Ooh, red wine dressing. You have to give me the recipe for red wine. That sounds yummy. But what does eggplant taste like? If you don't season it, it kind of remind me of, I'm going to tell you something about healthy eating. A lot of times the stuff that you eat that's healthy, it's like meat. It don't have no flavor until you put seasoning on it. It's the seasoning to me that brings out the flavor in anything. What do you say? The great, no, who was that said that they had a sandwich similar? Yeah, the great, wow, it sounds good. It's almost like if you put avocado on something, until you put salt and pepper on there, it just tastes bland. So I can't, once you season it, it's just good. I can't even, oh, you bought it. Okay. Yeah, so I can't even really explain it, y'all. I just can't. Once you have to just season it properly. You don't over season it, because I can't explain it. It's soft inside like a cucumber once you saute it. And once you season it, it just brings flavor. Let me see something. Hold on. I just can't explain. I eat it because it's good. What does seasoned eggplant sauteed taste like? I can't give you a taste for it. Sub, subtly sweet flavor and a tender, creamy texture that melts in your mouth. And that's exactly what it is. When cooked properly, its neutral profile means it readily absorbs the flavors, just like I said, of the specific seasonings used. And even just having the gift to cook, the same thing I explained before I even, looked it up. I explained the same thing. Yep, seasoned sauteed eggplant has a mild, subtly sweet flavor and a tender, creamy texture that melts in you. That's the only, I explained it the same way even before. It's a gift. It's just a gift, y'all. Cooked eggplant is good. I made it in a casserole. Yeah, that sounds good. Can you hear me now? Because the call came through. Taste is similar to a score. Okay, yes. What's that big old big when people are vegans, that big thing, it's really big and bumpy looking. They use it. Oh my goodness. What vegetable is a substitute for meat when you're cooking? I'm gonna tell y'all in a minute. It's big. I haven't tried it yet because it's really challenging to cook with. I want to see if it comes up. Oh, I don't know, y'all. No. Yes. Yes, Riri. Have you ever cooked with jackfruit? Where at? Where they have it at? Prep that, Riri. Where at? Yeah, so I'm trying to do some healthy stuff. I really, really wish there was some way. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. I really wish there was some way I could make those Jamaican oxtails without using oxtails, but I just can't. I don't know what, I don't even, the only thing that comes to mind is mushrooms, but I don't think it's no way possible to make them Jamaican oxtails to make pot pies. It would be Jamaican mushroom. It don't even sound, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what other meat. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is seasoning the mushrooms just like I do the oxtails and using mushrooms. That's the only thing. I'm not a tofu person. I don't think tofu. Hello, Mary. I don't think tofu is that good for you. Tofu's not good for you. Watch this. Is tofu good for you? I remember I stopped using tofu. I don't think it is. I don't think tofu is good for you. Oh, it says, it must be soy I'm talking about. Yeah, I was thinking mushrooms. I was thinking mushrooms. They have they have these mushrooms that's supposed to taste like seafood or something. I can't think, they're not cheap. I can't think of those mushrooms. What are the mushrooms? There are so many types of mushrooms, though. Or yeah, the oyster ones and the lion mane. Yes. Why, Angel, you cook healthy. You cook healthy. You a healthy cooker. Yeah, those are the ones I was talking about. The oyster. So a oyster mushroom. So a Jamaican oyster. See, when you say Jamaican oxtails, people know what that is, but you say Jamaican oyster pot pie, they'd be like, what is that? So you might have to, I would have to keep the Jamaican off and just say oyster pot pie. Jamaicans. Yes, I was going to suggest smoked turkey next. For what? I'm trying to say meatless. See, because a part of my cookbook is dealing with vegetarian, not so much vegan, because vegan is a little bit steep for me. I did vegetarian for 3 to 4 years, but vegan is a little steep. It's more detailed, more expensive, so I can do vegetarian. So I plan to put some vegetarian dishes in my cookbook. So trying to get away from the meat, because I want to also draw in those who don't like meat, to let them know, oh, I can cook some vegetarian dishes just the same as I do the curry chicken, the Jamaican oxtails, the lasagna, which I could do. Like I said, I would do the eggplant. Yeah, I got to play around with that jackfruit. And I don't know about doing that inside of the truck because I don't know. I haven't had jackfruit. I would have to first go to a vegan restaurant, which there's a vegan restaurant here. I'm going to call them and see if they have any jackfruit before I even indulge into that. I don't want to make something that I'm just throwing in the trash and not like. I don't like to be in front of people and taste something for the first time and be like, oh, this is nasty. So I'd rather go somewhere where somebody has already prepared it and see if I can even like the texture and the taste on my palate. I'm very, we're very picky about our palate. Yeah, so I wanted to share with you all. So I'm gonna switch the story or the subject for a minute. When I went to Walmart, I wanted these small pans because I saw these pans, the round ones, when you do the little cakes, like when I went to Whole Foods, they got them little cakes stacked up. They're so cute. And I was like, dang, I want those. Those things were $8 a piece. I almost didn't buy them, so I purchased 2 when I really needed 3. And then I found out that my air fryer was only 6.0 quart when they have one that's a 8.0 quart. So I want the bigger air fryer for my truck. So now I got to probably just give away the air fryer. I'm not going to even try to sell it. I don't have time to be selling stuff. I just don't have that time. And so I'm going to get the 8-quart one. It's like $95. It's bigger. Then I could put both of the round cake pans in there and cook them at the same time. Well, anyway, I ended up purchasing 2 because I was going to make either a coconut pineapple cake or a coconut cake. And then I was going to do, it's this down south pie I'm going to do. I'm not telling y'all the name of it. I'm talking about it's a deep down south pie. And so I got to work my way through these pies and these cakes and these sweets because I'm still trying to keep my waistline. I plan to get married one day, so I'm trying to keep that waistline. Even if I never get married again, which I know that's not going to happen, he provides and he makes provision, and you call those things that are not as though they were. So I want to keep my waistline. I don't like not having a waistline. I mean, even though I'm close to 60, I need this waistline to stay tight for, my wedding dress. One day, I'm going to be inviting y'all to a wedding. I don't know when. I don't know where. I don't know if it's going to be out the country. It might be in Japan or something. But I'm going to Japan next year. If anybody want to go, inbox me on Facebook. And we got a good deal for a group. A group of people went to Japan, 6 people. And they only paid $266 a piece to go to Japan. So the more the merrier. I'll introduce you to the person that's already been to Japan, let you look at her page. My son's going with us. That's the plan. That's the plan, to go to Japan next year. What is he doing? Why he's backing up so far? Gosh, don't back up no more. Freaking me out. Let me go up. This man. Let me go up. He about to hit my car. My God. What, am I over the line or something? Jeez Louise, I don't need nobody smashing in my SUV in that big old truck. Whew. That's the last thing you need, is somebody hitting you. I don't know, maybe I was over the line. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing a book you all know on relationships. I had wrote a 600-page book on relationships. I'm skipping over stuff trying to catch up. And I got some things. I'm going to do a series on what's the difference in dating, vetting, and courtship. What is the difference between vetting each other, dating, and courtship? And where does the believers fit into the scope of those three perspectives? Because a lot of believers don't understand, and that's why a lot of believers end up single, separated, with exes, and divorced. Single, separated, exes, and divorced. I'm going to deal with that in my book. And I had already wrote the book, 600 pages. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? So I wrote the book and lost the USB drive because y'all wanted to take me a different way. He wanted me to experience the trauma of being ghosted. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you are. You want to go back when you get a chance to the beginning of the first 30 minutes you missed in 54 seconds. But I want to deal with some deep-rooted things biblically that people don't bring out in the scripture. I do have okay. I do have 3 messages back 3-4 years ago I did. One is Christians don't have boyfriend and girlfriends. They do commitment to marriage. I have another one, don't be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. That's a real heavy message you want to look at. You have to go find it. You have to put in Twila M. Andrews - be not unequally yoked, and it will pop up. It's real heavy. It's a loaded message. And the Holy Spirit had me, the Holy Spirit dropped me down into a state to allow me to experience the emotions that people go through when they're ghosted, abandoned, misused, treated. That's the way he deals with me. He dropped me down into a state. He told me to do something I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do it. But he said, I need you to go through this experience so you can write from a perspective of not just sympathy, but empathy. Because you can only empathize with someone when you've been through what they've been through. But just a different situation, but very similar in what you've been through. So sympathy is, oh, you can imagine, wow, what they went through. Like, if you had a child that passed away and I didn't have a child passed away, you can sympathize with me. This is an example of sympathy. If you had a car accident and the car turned over 10 times and they had to use the jaws of life to get you out, I can sympathize with you. Until I have a child that passed away and somebody else had a child that passed away and they just had it, I can not empathize with you unless I had a child pass away because I haven't experienced it. Hello, Paul, how are you? I went back to Walmart, Paul. And you know, I used to work for Walmart. I gave them 26 days and quit. Why? Because they cut me down to 15 hours after Christmas. And my last apartment was $14.75. And they made me walk away from it. They had dropped me down. So I knew they could go back and look at the cameras, Paul. And sure enough, I pulled up the receipt on my phone. That's why it's better when you go to Walmart to go through the checkout and get the receipt on your phone, because you always have it. It won't rub off because it's on your phone. She looked at it, pulled up the receipt, went in the back. Within 5 minutes, she came back and said, yes, you left that bag right at the register. Left the bag. Paul, I got my $27 back. I was like, I overspent. Give me the $27. Give me my. Now, I didn't have the bag, but they saw that I left the bag. So she gave me a refund for everything I told her I left in that bag. Yes, she did. $27 worth of stuff. I said, I'll get the pants later. It's tight right now. It's tight. I agree. I was just telling someone that, yeah, people say, oh, I know how you feel. Not if you didn't, if your son got killed or died or whatever happened to your son or your daughter or your loved one, if the person has not had that happen to them, literally, they can only sympathize with you. Thank you, Paul, for asking. But if, like, I had a child that passed away. So when people talk to me about you don't understand, or I had, and they're still mourning and groaning and moaning and depressed, I get them out that funk. I'll be like, look, it ain't no excuse for that. Just like last week, I was telling you all that a lady, I was paying a bill. Thank you. I was paying a bill yesterday. I was paying a bill, not yesterday, last week. And my check was $45 2 weeks ago because I took off for work 5 or 6 days. So if the wheels ain't turning, ain't nobody earning. They really say to the truck drivers, if the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. But that's not the correct statement. If the wheels ain't turning, you are the company ain't earning, because they hire you to turn them wheels so you can get money and they can keep you dispatched out driving 38, 48 states. If them wheels are stopped, you're not making no money. If you in your regular car, you going to be spending money, because you in your regular car, you done got off job. As soon as your wheels start turning, you got to start putting gas in the car. You starting to wear and tear on your car. But when you turn in a semi truck and them wheels is turning, you earning, because you earning by the miles, or either you earning by the load. But if them wheels ain't turning and they stopped, you're not making no money. You park if you want to, talking about I need to go home, I need to go here, I need to go on vacation. Unless you have passed your probation and got a week off, after that 7th day of vacation, you better be getting back in that truck. You see, so, you allow so many days off for sickness and emergencies. But if you're not past your probation, that check gonna be zero. My coworker's check, he's been trucking for over 35 years, was $100. Thank you. His check was $100. So I'm gonna go back to empathy and sympathy. So when I was getting ready to pay this bill, I called them and I said, look, I'm calling to make payment arrangements on payments arrangements I already had made. I was at the end. I owed $100 this Tuesday, and then my last payment would have been $50 for the dentist in Texas, where when I was staying in Texas, I got a cap put on my teeth and he made payment arrangements. So I got all the way down to $155, and I was like, look, let me pay the $55 and then I'll pay the $100 later. But right now all I can pay is $20. And I don't know if you all was on my live that day. I was explaining to y'all what she said. She said, this is what she said. When the lady that was collecting money, is that all you have? I said, excuse me, what did you just say to me? I said, that's improper dialect for a patient. If you're calling to collect a debt for the dentist who did my work, I don't even believe that man knows she talking to people like that. I said, you need to rearrange your words. What you need to say, oh, no, I didn't use that. I don't like what you need. What should have been said is, are you able to pay $25? That's what she should have said. Because that's what, if you think about it, Mary, if you think about it, Paul was there when I said Riri and the great. That's what they normally say. When you say all I have is, the bill is $300, and you say, well, all I have is $50, or I have $75, I have whatever you can squeeze out of your bank account because your money, your check wasn't right, and you got other bills, and you robbing Peter to pay Paul, your outcome is more than your income. You negotiate on what you really can't afford to pay, but you want to pay something because you want to keep your credit up if you can. But sometimes it get to a point where you could give a rat's behind about your bills because it's just too hard at the moment. Come on now. So I said, what should have been said is, are you able to pay $25? Not, is that all you have? I said, that's what you say to your son that owe you money, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your relative. That's not what you say to a patient. You out of line for that. Right. Had a brother-in-law that drove trucks for well over 30 years. Oh, our policy is a minimum of $25. Say that. That's correct. That's right. Yeah. So I'm like, she need to be retrained. You know what the lady says? Oh, I'm sorry. The reason why I said, Paul that's right. Paul, you need to get you a job collecting money. I know you retired. Our policy is a minimum. So she turns around after she insulted me and says, well, the minimum is $25. Why couldn't you say that? In her brain, she wanted to be ghetto. Is that all you have? I was like, that's what you say to your son, your daughter, somebody that owe you money, not to somebody that owes the company you work for money. You're not at home. People be talking. That's why I demand respect on my page, because if you let one hood rat through, all the hood rats is coming. You're not gonna be talking to me like a hood rat. I don't care if you don't know what a hood rat is. I'll tell you what a hood rat is. Anybody know what a hood rat is? But anyway, Sparkle, right? Is that all you have? Shouldn't have came out of her mouth. She should have been ashamed. And I'm gonna tell you something. Had she got the wrong person on the line that had that hood, she probably would have got told off, and that man wouldn't even got a dime. And then your credit would have went down here. But I want my credit good with this dentist, even though it's in Texas? No, Alabama. I need to go back to him because I love his work. The dentist I have up here, he cool, he good people. I like his work, and I'm gonna see how he do when he do the work on my teeth in a month. Nothing's wrong with my teeth. He just said I have a small opening, and he just want to fill it. That's it. So my teeth is perfect. I got good teeth. So he want to fill it too. But he looked all in my teeth for like 45 minutes. He was taking pictures from every angle. Wow. He had some really high-tech equipment in there. That was impressive. So she apologized and said, I didn't mean nothing by that, but the minimum is $25. Yes, you did. Then she turned around and said this. Listen. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. This ghetto ratchet old lady said, it's some ghetto ratchet old people. Oh my gosh, they were ghetto young before they became ghetto old. That's why when elders come on my page, you don't know who you talking to, and you don't even know if they're elders. Sometimes people be kids coming here to talk about they 75 years old and 76 and 67 and they're 68, when really you're talking to a child. You don't know who these people are that's coming on your page. You don't know. You can't see them. You have no proof that these people are out. Now, I believe Paul is the age he is. I know Paul's age. He knows my age. But some of these people come through my page, I don't know if they really in their 60s trying to get some, some attention. I can't help you. I don't know who you are. I can't see your face. I don't see no legal driver's license or ID talking about you 60 in. You could be an old fool. That's why I go. You could be an old fool because they got old fools as well as young fools. She was not very professional. Some companies should vet before hiring. Me too. It says right now YouTube is doing verification now with IDs. I am so glad. Hello. I don't know what kind of insult. I don't know what the director is insinuating. What are you insinuating? What are you insinuating? This son. See how people want attention? See, that capitalized thing gets you blocked. I don't know what that is. It's always somebody coming on trying to interrupt the flow that is peaceful. Always somebody. It's up to Paul what he want to do with that. I'm going to leave that on Paul. So let me tell you what she said. She said, I didn't mean nothing by it. Yes, you did, Miss Ghetto old lady. You meant something by it. She said, I didn't mean nothing by it. My son died. Exact words. I wish I could have tape recorded it. And I'm listening to this lady that, had I not said nothing after she humiliated me and tried to dummy me down, is that all you have? Oh, I didn't mean anything about it after I corrected her in a professional way. I didn't mean nothing by it, but the minimum is 25. Well, that's what she said at first. Then she comes back and says, well, I apologize for it if I offended you. See that there? If I offended you, you didn't offend me. I'm just bringing correction because I'm too educated to be offended. But I am straightforward. I don't get offended by anything people say. I was raped, molested, and abused. If I can come through that, my father cussed my whole life, and I have 11 brothers. So you can't say anything to me that I haven't heard that's worse than what you would say to me or project upon me. I regulate my temperature, and the Holy Spirit regulate my temperature. I said all that to say, she turns around and says, I didn't mean anything by it, where the minimum is $25, but my son died. My son died. I'm like, this lady don't need to be working on her job. She got a mental problem. So I said, oh, your son died? I said, I had a son die too. When did your son die? She trying to get off of what she just did. Oh, he died about 3 or 4 years ago. I said, look, I had a son passed away as well. And there's a time biblically that you have to stop grieving. And when I went in on her, I straightened her out on that too. I gave her scriptures and everything and shut her mouth on. She said she went into her son died. I couldn't believe this. I don't think she should be working for that man or woman. Thank you. Thank you. And so she went in that her son owned a business, owned a house. I said, really? I said, you didn't see any signs? I want to get her out this demonic rut she in. So she says, yeah, he left his job. He left his home, didn't tell nobody. And they found him years later. They found his remains. I'm not lying to y'all. If I knew that was going to come out that lady's mouth, I would have taped that phone call. I'm serious. And so I told her about it. I said, I had a son that died. I said, but it's a time when you got to stop mourning and grieving over the dead. And I'm real harsh about death. Real harsh. Because I had a son die. I didn't go to my father's service. I couldn't do the eulogies because my family tried to kill me because I inherited 6 figures. So, I couldn't go to my mother's service because they tried to kill me. And so you ain't been through nothing. And when I had to bury my child, we didn't have the right kind of insurance. So the sister-in-law wouldn't change the service and did all the service and told me if I come to the mortuary, she's not going to bury the baby. I was fasting then. And the Holy Spirit said, let her do it. Then she changed the time and I had to do 100 miles, getting 2 hours to the cemetery because she changed the service time from 2 to 1. And it was a mess. So I've been through some things. So I said, the Bible say, let the dead bury the dead. And you've been burying the dead for 4 years. You need to get over that. I know you can't tell people when to grieve, but scripturally, there's a time that allows you to grieve because you're going to be given an account of not being able to overcome things. You're going to give an account to God for the times when you would not overcome things because you didn't study right. So we left that alone and I went on and let me carry on, with that. But yeah, thank you. Right. Just craziness. So there's a couple of things, you all, I want to make. I gotta be generous with what I spend because our checks are like this. Sometimes they up, sometimes they down. I went and talked to my coworker. He said his check was $100. I had a check last week was $45. Not this past week, $45. Our checks are not always like y'all think they are. They not. So it puts me in a pickle. Once you on that truck, it's very challenging to get off people's truck. Once you on that truck, it's not easy. It's not easy. And then when I first started trucking, I'm changing subjects. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep my apartment. All the truckers, they was like, why are you keeping an apartment? Why would you keep an apartment for $14.75 plus overhead? And you always gonna be on the truck. You never gonna be home. If you got children there, adult, offspring, I don't call children when they over 18 and they doing stuff that we ain't even doing, if you understand me. I'm abstinent. Them kids be knocking boots. So I call them offspring. They offspring. They not children. No weapon. So they told me to give up my apartment. It was the best thing I ever did because my overhead was like $2,000 in my last apartment. It was $14.75 plus my overhead. Cable and this and that and all the stuff all the extras that you pay when you have an apartment, a house, a condo. It can run your electricity, your water, your gas, everything. It can be very expensive. So I am trying to make some healthy things, but y'all know I have a sweet tooth. So I want to make this. I have to look up this. I don't know what the recipe is, but I'm going to look at all the stuff that I purchased. I made these bars and those bars were so good. I'm not going to do the pineapple cake. Unfortunately, I don't know when I did those curd filled donuts, but I had a lot of time. Oh, that's because I was in the snow. That's why I was able to do them curd filled donuts and be up It's a lot of steps to doing donuts, and I wanted to make the orange zest glazed donuts, but it's an hour and a half for the dough to rise. Then you got to come back and press it out, and then you got to cut them into donut sizes, and then it got to raise another 40 minutes. So an hour and a half plus 40 minutes is like 2 hours and 20 minutes. And then you got, it's a lot. So I was like, dang, I would have to be snowed in somewhere to make donuts. Ja, please don't send me to the snow because I want to make donuts. So it's a lot. It's when I made those curd filled donuts, whew, I had to get up at 3 in the morning. Y'all was all asleep. Some of y'all didn't make that one. And I was up from 3 to 5 still working on them donuts. I have to respect people that make donuts. Maybe they have a faster process when it's at a donut place, but in that truck, that is a challenging thing to make, is dough and donuts. Their children, if mine did, they are always them out and paying their bills and grown. The adults laugh a lot. Paul, their children, if mom, dad are always bailing them out and paying their bills. Well, you got the rich and famous. You got the rich and famous. You got the rich. You got the middle class. And you got the wannabes. The ones that live in like the Joneses. In all these different groups. Some of them just believing in enabling grown adults. Grown adults. They believe in, I'm gonna turn this air conditioner on. Then it got hot. I got this sweater outfit on, and got hot in here. But yeah, so that's why my offspring don't like me today, because they was real mouthy, disrespectful, to the point where one put hands on me and I had to put him out. I put him in the military, and they don't like me today because of that. And they look at they don't want to be corrected, so they try to turn the tables and try to treat you like a child and tell you you didn't raise them right and how bad of a job you did. And so I don't bother with them, because I was raised that if you grown enough to talk crazy to me, trying to bring girls in the house and have intercourse while I'm gone, all of that, they had to go find somewhere else to go. Yeah, that's irritating. I know. It's like, I don't know. I wasn't raised like that. I'm very strict. I'm a very strict woman. Very stern. I mean, real strict, Paul, y'all. I don't play. I don't play in this. And I wasn't born like this. This came over the years of people. Somebody came on and said, I bet I was something else when I was young. No, I wasn't. I was bullied all my life. I just got finished getting bullied not too long ago by somebody. And I'm a very kind and giving and generous person, but you have to know me personally, like one-on-one, like spend time with me to see how generous I am. I can go to a Coach store, and if somebody with me, I'm gonna buy them something. I'm a generous person, especially when I had my 6 figures. People was going crazy. Before I know it, them 6 figures was going. I won't do that again, I tell you that much. But yeah, your sister's kids, I know some parents need to go to therapy for enabling their children. They need to go to therapy for enabling their children. They need help. They do. They need help. But I'm gonna tell you what that's from. If your mother, whoever raised you all, Paul, if your mother or mother and father wasn't there for her, that's why she's there for her kids. Because she wants to give, most parents want to give their children what they missed. Like my son, he don't want to get divorced because his mother's a divorcee. So he gonna stay to the end, and whatever that end is. You understand me? Some people have parents been divorced, and or a parent been divorced, and they wish their parents would have stayed together. So they'll try to prove a point that they gonna stay married no matter what, when their marriage was over before it even started. Some people marriage is over before the I do. Let me say it again. I'm gonna do a chapter on that. Some people's marriages are over before the I do. Some people's relationships with their offspring, their grown offspring, which people call children, which I think is silly, because their offspring. They're older now. Some of your relationships are over with your offspring, but because you enable them, they act like they like you when they really hate you. And when my money ran out, when my 6 figures ran out twice in my life, in their life, they let me know how they really felt. But they don't know the money is on the way. So they done already said what they needed to say. So they can't get into that next group of money that I'm getting soon. Yes, but yeah, I can't. I'm going out of town and you talking about, can I have a girl over here while you going? No, you cannot. You already knew the answer. That's why I tell people, don't ask me questions you can already answer. Because now you're not using your senses. Don't ask me something you can answer. Are you sitting in a car? I'm not answering that. Are you sitting in a truck? Oh, she's so mean. No, you need to think. Maybe they don't have nothing else to say or don't know what to say. Maybe that's their way of opening up a conversation. But I'm going to make you think you're going to come on here. But yeah, so when I told him, no, you cannot have a girl in my house while I'm gone. I don't even have sex in my house. You know what his response was? I shouldn't have told you then. The Holy Spirit said the next time he ain't going to tell you, and the next time you go out of town, he going to have a girl in your house. So we got into it. My thing is this: no grown child that I brought into the world through my womb should be arguing with me. I don't argue with nobody. No grown men, no grown women. You see what I do? If a person is argumentative, I get them out of my life immediately. If you're going to be arguing with your child need to be in their own house. They need to be in their own apartment. However, if you didn't teach them how to be responsible adults, that falls on you, not them. So you got to think about how you brought them up. Sometimes our parents, especially when we are baby boomers, they didn't teach us how to be responsible with our finances. So we really can't trickle that down to our offspring. And then we are left providing because we didn't do the job we should have did, because our parents didn't do the job they were supposed to do, and then we didn't take the time to educate ourselves on our finances. So then we enable our own situation through our children. And sometimes we like to live as parents vicariously through our children. The life that we didn't get, we try to guide them in that way, and they're not the same as us. They don't want the same careers that we would choose. Some of them don't even know what a career is. They just go get a job. So you have to teach them the difference between job and career, because a career will take you for a lifetime. A job will take you temporarily, and you got to really crawl, your way up the ladder with a job. But a career is something that's lifelong if you do what you're supposed to do. But a lot of us have careers, and we've changed so many careers since the pandemic. A lot of people were given what is that called to get them out of work during the pandemic? When a company is closed, and they give you a severance pay. A lot of people took a way out. They got out of it. So a lot need to be taught. If whatever you can't teach your child, you need to put them in a class. You need to make them go. When they little, you need to make them do stuff. When they get big, they're not going to do it. You got to make them do stuff while they still scared of you, while they still got fear and respect. A loving fear, not a you gonna kill them and beat them up and abuse them fear, but a fear and a reverence fear. The fear of reverence. That's why he say fear. You should fear God. A reverence. Have a reverence for your parents. Have a reverence for God. Have a reverence for your elders. And some people are not right. Some parents were drug addicts, alcoholics, in and out of jail, fumbled their children, abused their children. That's a whole different topic and a whole different subject on another day. But we're talking about parents that really, really tried to raise their kids in a home. They tried, and they didn't fail. They did the best they could. They did the best, and the children still spit in their face, still abandon them, still reject them, still won't take them into their house if that parent or parents need a place to stay. So you can't feel guilty about the choices you made given the lot that you was given. Sometimes you just wasn't given a good start. You didn't have a chance. You got fumbled as a baby. You got fumbled as a child. You got fumbled as a teenager. You got fumbled in your 20s, fumbled in your 30s, fumbled in your 40s. You did what you could do. You had no help. So it's a lot. It's a lot to this thing called parenting, but I don't know how we got on that subject. I don't know. We supposed to be talking about food. But I'm going to get off of here because they're doing some work on my truck. The front window of my Freightliner, or their unit that they put the window in, is leaking. When it stopped snowing in Michigan, the water, the snow turned into water, and it was dripping down from the window onto the front of the dashboard. So my truck is being repaired, but I need to go in here and shop. I don't know how long it's going to take them. I need to do a little shopping. I can't do the shopping I want to do. I want to do about $175 worth of shopping, but y'all, my check was $390, and I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul right now. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I gotta go talk to them because I think they didn't put some hours in. Something must gotta be missing. I think with that snow and me being down, that's what did it. Me being down in 2 days, that interfered with my pay, because that $390 for 7 days is overwhelming. All that y'all saw me go through last week. I'm just being honest. People think you make a lot of money. They think you do that flatbed. Yeah, you do flatbed out there in that rain, winter, snow, rain, sleet, or snow. I can't do that flatbed though. Right, train up a child in the way it should go, because when they become grown, they will not be interpreted. They train up a child in the way they should go. Even though that scripture says that train up a child in the way they should go, and when they get old, they will not depart from it. I don't know about that scripture. I know it's in there, but how many children we know they were trained up in the way they should go, and they still departed? They still departed. So I'm going to have to do some research on that, because how many children y'all know was trained up correctly and they ended up on drugs, alcohol, dead, multiple babies, multiple baby mamas, multiple baby dad, all kind of just stuff, just robbing banks, stealing in juvenile, and the parents were good parents, but you have to live in that household to really determine if a parent was a good parent. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Sometimes they depart and they don't make it back. Sometimes they don't make it back. And I don't know. I have to research that scripture. I really have to research that scripture, because they depart. Even we have departed, but we've come back. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. It's sad. Or you get with the wrong crowd and somebody puts something in your drink, a lot. But the Bible says we all fall short of God's glory. Yeah, we do. We do. But, they got some stuff out there that they doing that I didn't know they was doing. They got some stuff. We would have to come together in a room for me to discuss it. I can't even discuss it live that they doing it. Instead of putting stuff in your drink, I don't know how to say this. I need y'all to read between the lines. Instead of getting something put in your drink, somebody can serve you something out of the refrigerator that was open. You can be somewhere you shouldn't be, and you walk away. That's why they say take your drink with you. You can have a wicked bartender. That's somebody paying under the table. You can have a wicked bartender. They be moving so fast back there. I don't drink. But there's another way that people, I don't know if y'all know about this. I don't even know how to say it. If you are having intimacy before marriage, let's put it this way. You're welcome. You're welcome. You saying you have to leave, Riri? You're welcome. Right there, and some of those influences are strong. Yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to put this out there. If you are having intimacy before marriage, or you marry the wrong person and you end up intimate, there is something they can put in their mouth and put it inside of you, and it'll get you hooked on drugs. Are you listening to me? Let's use the married state. So if you married and you having intimacy with your spouse, the male can put something inside the woman and get her on drugs. It'd be in their mouth. Ah, Jesus. I heard, I didn't know they was doing that. I found out that from my daughter losing her mind. I think somebody, they did something to her. But yeah, I heard that I found this out last year. You thinking, you married, we gonna use the married thing, and they have it in their mouth, and as soon as they go down there, they put it inside of you. You don't even know, like a dissolvable pill. A dissolvable pill. What about this? What kind of stickers? What do you mean? Tell me about that one. Look at here. A dissolvable pill. You all in heat. You all in heat. You ain't got no business doing this anyway. You not married, and you just because you get married don't mean you married. You didn't marry a con artist. So anyway, and they get you all heated and hotted up, and then they be like, well, let me go to the bathroom. And when they in the bathroom, you all hot and heated and ain't got no clothes on, and it's dark in the room, and they put something on their tongue and put it in you, you passed out. Then they shoot you in the arm. You got to be careful with people. Proverbs 22 says, when he gets old, he will not depart the way because the word is already on them. They say it looks a normal sticker, but it puts off a smell to make you pass out. Yeah, somebody said in the parking lot, somebody approach you and say, can they pray for you? Tell them no. If they try to hand you a book, tell them no, because it could be a tracker in the book. Anytime somebody come up to you in the public, don't let them get close to you. Keep them at arm distance. Because you don't know. People got all kind of games. People use the name of Yah and be the devil in sheep clothing. I ain't saying be paranoid, but you got to use wisdom when you out here by yourself. Putting something on your door, putting something on your window. It's just so much game in the world. Yeah, yeah, that one got me last year. I was like, I'm so glad I'm abstinent. But yeah, they can put something. The sticker thing is deep. But that thing on the tongue, and you get all hot and heat, and you ain't got no business doing that anyway. Then they be like, well, let me go to the bathroom. I'm really getting ready to make you happy. And next thing you know, you thinking that you getting satisfied, and they done slip something up inside of you. And you end up passing out. And never be the same again in your life. I can't read that abbreviations. Spray. Oh, I was like, I can't read that abbreviation. I don't like it. That's why it's all kind of stuff. Sometimes you have to take the time to just Google stuff. What are the ways that people can get you drugged, make you go to sleep, make you pass out, and maybe these different things will come up, because we don't know all that stuff. We out here innocent, living our lives, working, paying taxes, paying tax citizens, and all kind of stuff is going on. All kind of stuff, shenanigans, evil, wicked stuff. Ooh, Jesus. It's all kind. It ain't just putting stuff in your drink. They can get stuff inserted in you when you doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. And you end up in a dead under the bed, in the closet, in the trees, in the bushes, in a car, at a junkyard, getting smashed up, and they can't even find your body. Getting taken to the woods, to farm, and getting fed to the animals, and nobody never find your body. Don't get me started. That's why I'm like, I'm fine being abstinent, living for the Lord, living saved, and living my life. And people be looking for people who got money, pensions, and good retirement. They won't even marry you nowadays, some of these worldly men, unless you got a good pension. These worldly women, unless you got a good pension and retirement. People get married for all types of reasons. So you got to use wisdom. When you've been abstinent and saved and not out there in that scene of, hoping to settle down. They got too much game for me. It's a lot of game out there. The Bible say be ready at all times. Watch and pray. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to exit this vehicle. I've been online for an hour, 9 minutes and 50, an hour and 10 minutes counting. And yeah, it's always devising evil ways to attack you with. Yeah, they are. You just got to be careful. You just really got to be prayed up. Don't work so hard that you're not prayed up. That's how the last person got me. I wasn't prayed up. I was not prayed up. And they got me, I'm working 70 hours, 80 hours. And when you're not prayed up, that's how the enemy gets into. You can be abstinent, saved, but you're so busy working, you ain't got time to be praying because you just working and where you find yourself. You got to take some time off and study that word. Get you some audio to get in your spirit, because that's when you get approached. You've been single 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, 11, 12 years, and here comes somebody. And the enemy not gonna send you nobody you're not attracted to, and you be like, oh, this is God. Oh, look at God. It's been all these years I've been absent. This must be God. And you end up in a mess, wrapped up and tanked up in something with some wolf. And they be slick. They be slick, let me tell you. I've seen many people fall, including me. Tricked and conned, working too hard, not prayed up. Not prayed up. You don't even realize how hard you're working until you start falling. You start falling with somebody that has been falling for decades, and they know the game. They know what to say to you to get you to fall. They always come with a story. You got to watch people that always come with a sad story. If anybody come to you, stranger, with a sad story, they getting ready to run some game. Why are you telling me your sad story? You're not old enough, mature enough to hold your own. Anytime from now on, I will say this. Anytime somebody come with you with a sad story, all my exes did me bad. My last ex did me that bad. I'm in the process of breaking up with my ex because she's doing me bad. That's man or woman. You got to say, you know what, let me refer, maybe I want to refer you to a therapist. You need to go see a therapist, a psychiatrist, a priest, a pastor. But I don't have time for your sob story, your sad story, because they're trying to make you drop your guard. You have morals, you have values, you have standards, and you have boundaries. Next thing you know, your morals, values, standards, values, you done dropped them because they got all these sad stories. And you like, oh, wow. Oh, I'm so sorry. Then you start empathizing because you've been through that. And next thing you know, your guard is down and you butt naked in the bed with a total stranger. That's all they wanted to do to you. It might take you 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year and a half, but eventually they gonna work on you till you butt naked and nasty. It's the truth. I'm telling you, you are the best candidate for a con artist when you've been abstinent and you thinking you can't fall. You'll be the best candidate. They come to you, yeah, my mother just died. They mama died 20 years ago. They know you ain't gonna meet their mama. They know you're not gonna meet their daddy. They ain't gonna meet their brother, sister, nobody. They always got a sad story. That's what a serial killer does. And they don't have to physically be killing you, but they gonna get to your mind, to get to your body, get to your finances. They always got some game. And you innocent. You out here don't even know. You don't even know. Yeah, my brother just died 2 weeks ago. And then my father had a heart attack from my brother dying. And I'm in a relationship right now. And he not treating me right. I'm just so stressed out. I swear, every time, one death after that. It's just so much going on. I don't know what to do. It's just been so frustrating. Next thing you know, you into the conversation. Oh, for real? Oh, that's so disheartening. Oh, I'm so sorry you're going through that. Oh, you such a nice person. You don't even know the person. Before you know it, you sucked in. Your morals, your values, your standards, your boundaries is gone out the door. Now they can come in for the kill. They just keep talking to you every day. Talking this and talking about that, talking about this, talking about that, this and that and that. And then they ghost you. Oh, I'm sorry. I went into a funk. I went into a depression. Think about, my brother that had a heart attack and died. Me and him was real close. I used to talk to him about everything. I don't have nobody to talk to anymore. Oh, my sister died. Oh, my mama died. And man, she was my best friend. Then you start being a best friend to a liar, to a con artist. Listening to they lied up, made up stories that they've been giving to everybody. Next thing you know, you thinking you can replace somebody. Oh, maybe I could be his wife. Maybe I can be her husband. Dang, he been through so much. He a good man. He a police officer. He go to work every day. He telling me all this. He call me all day at work. He a doctor. He a lawyer. He's a psychiatrist. He worked for the school district. He the manager at Best Buy. He the manager at Whole Foods. He the CEO. Whatever the case is, they running game. Oh, let me tell you, I got a good one for you. Ooh, I got a good one for you. Yeah, sometimes it sound good. It sound good, but sometimes people will get you if you don't know the game. Another one is, I had an ex. Our son is 24 now, so that was 24 years ago. 24 years ago. He lost his job. I'm going to work every day. Every day I'm going to work. He lost his job, got fired. I'm going to work every day. So one day I was off from work and I was driving down the street and he walking down the street, meandering down the street. And I look over there, if you see your husband or men, you see your wife walking down the street or in a store that you go in and they supposed to be at work and you be like, wait a minute. Hold on. I know that ain't my husband. And I'm making up a name. This was his name. Terrence? Hold on, let me pull over. Hold on. Terrence, what are you doing? Why you not at work? I got fired 3 weeks ago and I was scared to tell you. This is 24 years ago. You got fired how many weeks ago? 3 weeks ago and I was scared to tell you. Well, what you been doing for 3 weeks? I've been going over my homeboy's house. I've been going over my buddy's house. Ricky around the corner? Why haven't you been looking for a job? Do you know? That was 24 years ago. And he haven't had a job since then. He got a new wife, though. She ain't new, but he got another wife. I'm not kidding you. It's a whole bunch of other stuff to that. That's just a little part of it. You hear me? You hear me? Some of these women be stealing from the job, doing all kind of undercover stuff while their husband working. And next thing you know, they in court for owning the company and the husband like bailing them out. I knew a guy was telling me he had to bail his wife out. She had robbed her company, millions of dollars. Next thing you know, they was trying to sue him for the house, the property and everything. He had to get rid of that lady. Her and her daughter was robbing. Oh, this is the one. Once I found out he didn't have a job, I'm trying to help him get a job. Now, you being mama now, because you married now. That boy, this is 24 years ago, he goes to the Goodwill. He goes get, what do you call that? Y'all got sparkling water in y'all state. Y'all know about sparkling water? Sparkling water company? Anybody know about sparkling water company? Any kind of water company in your state. Just think of a water company in your state where they wear a uniform. He went to the thrift store. Any kind of water place. Any place where they wear a uniform and deliver water to your house or your job. They wear a uniform so they can identify. Listen to this one. My daughter used to do this too. He went and got a sparkling water uniform, which is like a mechanic's look. A button-down shirt with the name on it. So in the name of the company, sparkling water on this side, name on this side, and the pants, khaki, blue khaki pants. I remember we broke down and we had a flat tire or whatever it was. The car was broke down. So when the man came to AAA, because I always keep AAA, he came and he said, "Hey, Henry." Remember, I said his name was Terrence. "Hey, Henry." He said, "Yeah, what's up?" He said, "How did you get a job working for Sparkler?" He says, "Oh, man, I just went and applied." I'm sitting up here with my mouth open. Number one, his name is not Henry. Number two, he don't have no job. Number three, he sure don't work for Sparkling Water. What is the sans ham is going on, Terrence? I just sit there and listen to it because, I mean, I didn't want to deal with the AAA man. I'm trying to figure out, I need to ask Terrence, my husband, what is going on? Oh, when you don't have a job, you can go to the secondhand store and you can get a nurse's outfit. During Halloween, you can get a doctor's outfit. You can order any kind of uniform online. How many times you hear people come to people's doors saying they're police officer, impersonating different people? Hello. You better know when people really working a job. My daughter was running game so bad, people thought she was a nurse. She was wearing nurses' outfits and stuff. My daughter wasn't no nurse. My daughter wasn't no nurse. She made people thought she had a regular job because she was making big money doing other stuff. You understand me? They get a nurse outfit in a minute. You thinking they get the little things around their neck. You thinking they x-ray technician and all this, and you better do some verification, some job verification. Hi, make up a name. You better get it's nowadays you got to get a PV on folks, a private investigator. It ain't that you don't trust people, but people run too much game. I'm telling you, you thinking the person work. They driving a fancy car. They doing other stuff. When I was doing Uber, I met so many girls that was flying in to go to a hotel or somebody mansion or somebody house or somebody condo, somebody raggedy apartment, because they got several lines, undercover lines, where these girls are flown in all over the world, and these men are paying them to do all this stuff to them. Yes. They would be in my back seat. I did Uber for 10 years. Listen to this. They have dominatrix. What do you call that when you have conventions? Anything you can imagine in your head. I did Uber for 10 years. They have conventions for. They have parties for. I'm telling you, this mess is crazy. Getting into an argument with you and disappearing for two days, 3 days, 5 days, a week. Telling you they a police officer and they on some special assignment, some detective assignment, and they can't talk. They can only text because they in some interrogation room. Man, let me tell you, I done experienced it all, seen it all, and heard it. If I ain't experienced it, I seen it. If I ain't seen it, I heard it. If I ain't heard it, I read it. If I ain't read it, I investigated it. Oh, as a writer, I done seen and heard it all. It's funny the way you said it, but it's the truth. Yeah, people are put on a bus uniform, put on stuff to look like they a teacher. Man, you could be anybody you want to be if you ain't trying to do right by people. You got to be careful. Oh, you got to be careful. You got to be so careful. You don't know, just because you see somebody walking around, they done sit up there. Do you remember that movie? Do y'all remember that movie? Let me see. Is it called Hold on. Anybody seen that movie? It's an old movie. I think it's called Catch Me If You Can. Is that what? Let me see. That man said he was a doctor. Then he said he was a pilot. He was all kind of things. You remember that movie? Is that the movie? What is that movie where that man, they did a true story, Catch Me As You Can, and he was a pilot and a doctor, but he really wasn't in real life? Catch Me If You Can. Y'all need to watch that movie. Catch Me If You Can. 2002. And the man who portrayed the main character, Frank Abagnale Jr., is Leonardo how you say that man's name? Leonardo DiCaprio. The film is based on the alleged true story of Abagnale, I'm not pronouncing his name right, Abagnale, who before his 21st birthday successfully impersonated various professionals, including a Pan Am pilot, a doctor, and a lawyer. While committing millions of dollars in check fraud, he was pursued by an FBI agent named Carl Hanratty. Look at the name, Carl Hanratty, played by Tom Hanks. Frank whatever his name is, later used his expertise to help the FBI catch other fraudsters and became a consultant on fraud detection. Put on truck driver uniform, sitting in their shed cooking. You know what? You got the devil in you. You got the devil in you. You got the devil in you. You can learn more about the film's detail on its official IMDb page or explore related videos on YouTube. The true story behind Catch Me If You Can. You can look it up. The true story behind Catch. That's a good. Hello. Y'all, how many of y'all seen that movie? How many of y'all seen that movie? Anybody seen the movie Catch Me If You Can? You know, I told you Paul has a dark sense of humor. He got a dark sense of humor. You really do. You have a dark sense of humor, Paul. Paul got a dark sense of humor. Yeah, you got a dark sense of humor, Paul. You dangerous. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's real awesome. Yeah, so I just wanted to, I don't know what made me go this way, but I think it's a reason. There's a reason, there's a reason. Yeah, you need to look at that movie. It's a lot of people out there impersonating stuff. Then you got people that really are police officers, really are sergeants, really are patrol officers, really are truck drivers, really are doctors and lawyers and CEOs, and they live triple lives. Thank you. They live triple lives. They live triple lives. They sure do. They will manipulate you out of your underclothes. Before you know it, you thinking because they work every day, God done sent a good person that's hard working as you. And then next thing you know, they done played you. It's the truth, y'all. Yeah, it's the truth. And I feel sorry for these young girls that's getting killed in these people's apartments, condos, mansions, houses, bodies being found all over the world. Oh my God. Going out on, dates, not telling nobody, not giving accountability to nobody. It's a lot. I see it all the time. Young girls meeting, it could be any sex. Boys too, getting set up. It's sad. It's so sad. It's sad. It's sad. Life just snatched right out. We made it through. But some of these young people, they think they smarter than the artists. Some people think, I want to do a chapter. So you think you smarter than the con artist, huh? I want to do a chapter. So you think you smarter than the con artist, huh? No, they done read up on every way to con you. I don't know, because I have to get my load. I'm going to be driving. So getting back out on the road, I don't know what I'm cooking. My money ain't long this week. You want to contribute? Y'all want to contribute? Everybody send me $20 so I can buy some groceries. I ain't kind to y'all neither. But yeah, I'm not able to buy. I normally spend like at least 150 to 200 before I get back on the road, but it's gonna be tight this week. It's gonna be tight. I'm being honest. I don't know what I'm buying. I don't know yet. I haven't. I'm praying about it. I'm meditating on it. I might be eating noodles all this week. I might be eating noodles all this week. I don't know. It's a lot, y'all. Paul show know how to bring you back in, don't you? Paul show is a good director. Paul is a good director. You see how he pulled me back in, y'all? Paul. I think Paul. I'm going to tell you something about Paul, y'all. This is important. I'm going to tell you something. I believe that Paul is a retired like FBI agent, CIA agent. Paul retired from something. I'm telling you, y'all. I think Paul is not his real name. I think he changed his name. Anybody living out in the woods with bears coming into your backyard, most of them people that live like that, they retire from something behind the scenes. I'm telling you. No, somebody go and bless you with some money for groceries. Can't tell them anything. Try telling them. First thing out of their mouth is, yeah, that's true. If I million people could send a dime digitally, you'd be having. I should ask. Yeah, that's true. But, dang, I need to start. Yeah, I need to ask. Keep asking for it. Yeah, I need to ask for that. But yeah, I think Paul is some kind of, like, he'll say he retired as a postal clerk, a teacher, or working as a manager, but I think Paul is some kind of undercover person, y'all, because he be following me. He be watching me too close. He know too much about me. I think he got notes on me. Talk about he want us to come over and get in his sauna. I ain't coming over and getting his sauna. For what? I'm a woman of God, woman of the cloth. Is he crazy? Look, he getting quiet now, y'all. Look, he done got quiet. Paul, look, y'all. You see? See? You hitting on that nerve right there. Uh-huh. He done got quiet. Paul, what you retired from? Paul. Hey, my brother. What you retired from? Then he gonna tell me they got a house for sale next door. He ain't saying that. Look at there. You see how he escaped? You see that? You see how he escaped? He done got quiet. Done put him on the spot. Excuse me, sir. I'm hungry. Do you have some food?
I got beer. A can of sardines.
Oh. What brand of sardines you buy?
I don't know what else they got. They got some. Well, lately I've been into what's the company? Bella
That's
Sardines.
a tuna.
So it's BELA. They're not bad.
Oh, really? I just purchased from here last night some smoked salmon.
Oh, it's good.
Some sake salmon last night.
Yeah.
Bet you it's good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna eat that. Yeah, I'm just coming back to get some bagels, and I have my cream cheese.
Oh yes.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's gonna be good.
Yes.
We've been into the small canfish here. lately.
Yes. Well, y'all be safe out there and have a wonderful
And
holiday.
same for you.
All
Merry
right, take care.
Christmas.
Okay, bye-bye. See? You see? You see that? You see that? You see, y'all see, you see? Paul will get you straight. That's what I love about Paul. He will get you straight. He's a heavy, anybody that's calm like Paul, go on Paul's page and listen to his voice. He not what he seem on here. Trust me. Paul is nothing to play with, y'all. Paul is nothing to play with. Living out in the woods with bears coming in the backyard. I'm telling you, I have discernment. I don't know when he came on my scene. I have to go back and look at video and see when he first came on, because I don't know when he came on. Yeah, subscribe. Go to subscribe to Paul Page, right there. And I think he got 2 of them. Paul Adventures, and there's 2 of them. It's kind of tricky. I don't know what he be up to. It's something. And people think something different because I'm always talking to Paul, but Paul is intelligent. He's real smart. Yeah, he real wise. Calm, yep. Just one what? Paul, just one what, Paul? What is just one what? What just one? Why you doing me like that? You get away with more stuff on here than anybody else. You see how Paul be getting away with stuff? Just one what? Look, that's not a complete sentence. What, huh? What is he talking about, y'all? Spark bracelet. What is he talking about? Oh. So listen, y'all, I've been on here for 96 minutes, 60, 70, 80, 90, which is an hour and 36 minutes and 21. I got to get myself out here, because if I don't get in here, and I don't need to be going to nobody's store hungry. I don't need to be I don't want this, but I don't need to go. Paul didn't come on when I first showed this. I don't need to be going into nobody's store hungry. Y'all know. Yeah, I don't need to be going to nobody's store hungry. I don't want this, but my stomach is growling. It's lunchtime. It's lunchtime. I need somebody to buy me lunch. My lunch cost me $21 yesterday. I don't have $21 today. This is not lunch. This is me trying to put something in my stomach, so my stomach won't be growling. This don't taste nothing like no banana, nothing. They lied. I ain't going back there no more. No, this is not lunch. This ain't even good. This not good. I would never buy this again. $6. It's not good. It tastes like nothing. Literally, it don't taste like banana. It don't taste. I don't know how they did that. They got a horrible baker. Oh. I need some food. I ought to go get something to eat and come back before I go in the grocery store, before I go in there. I'll see y'all later. I have to go find something to eat, because I'm hungry. I've been sitting in this car for an hour and going on 40 minutes. Shabbat shalom. I don't know what I'm cooking. I need some food in my truck for the rest of the week. I'm gonna be out on the road for 3 to 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks. 3, 4. I'm trying to get back in another 3. Every 3 weeks, people over the road come in. Most people don't come in. They just stay out. Just stay out. So I don't know where they sending me. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it is bland. It's bland. I don't know who their chef is, but something ain't right. Well, anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to get off of here and ooh, that sounds delicious. I'm going to get off of here and go in here and see, or either drive from over here to this restaurant. I don't know where I'm at. And find some food. I need some food. I'm hungry. I want some soup. Shabbat shalom. Thank you for the fellowship. Nice seeing all of you. what does that mean, AD? Y'all be putting these abbreviations. That's irritating. I don't read abbreviations. What does that mean, Mary? What is that? It could mean a million things. Huh? No, it's no bags in this car. You know this car is a EP. Oh. I'm like, what is she talking about? I'm slow, y'all. Y'all have to really spell things out for me. Oh, I want some soup. See y'all later. Shabbat shalom. Thank you for the fellowship. Y'all be safe out there. See y'all later. Bye, Paul.